Accents there, we've got voice actors in front of us. So, do you guys, whenever you get a role, do you have like a kind of template or something, or how much freedom do you guys get to put into the characters when you're presented with them? Obviously, you might know what they look like, but what's their voice, what's their traits, their personalities, that kind of thing. How much do you guys get to decide?
We have full freedom.
Yeah. When we audition for stuff, and I think just with experience comes more trust in yourself that you're not making any wrong choices. So, we have the full freedom to take it wherever we want to take it. I mean, we do get specs or like a breakdown, and it might say little girl, so you might not choose to go like this, but you might think there's
Sometimes
a reason.
Exactly.
To just go the opposite. So we have a lot of freedom. Yeah.
Did you guys, when you started, was it primarily voice work you wanted to get into, or was it acting in general? I know you've done Street Fighter, the web series, web shorts thing. Was that your end? Did you guys have different goals, or was it just what happened? And
just happened.
When I was 15, I told my friends that I would kill myself if I didn't have an Oscar at 24. And they were like, "You're crazy." And I was like, "No, you guys are crazy." So I am now 23, still got a little bit of time, one more year. No, I started out acting. I always wanted to act, and I think it was like that for.
Were you inspired by your father?
Yeah, by my family. I come from a family that's all actors, performers, theater people, so I grew up in that world. Yeah. But I think, I'm not sure if I've ever met somebody that purely wanted to get into voice acting and then just did that. I guess there are some people, but most people that I've met that do voice acting, either started out as actors or performers in some way and then kind of got into it.
It's funny you mentioned theatre there, because some of the other actors that I've spoken to that are really well known for their voice work got their start in theatre. And I'm wondering if that gives them more to kind of play with, as opposed to just like TV acting, where you are a character and you're just going into the camera. Whereas when you're on a stage or whatnot, you've got to project. So you've got to kind of give it more. I don't know. Is there any difference there? Do you think?
Well, just to kind of add on to what you're saying, last year we had a chance to interview Veronica Taylor.
That's
so as the voice of Ash Ketchum. We were asking her that kind of same question. She was saying it's a lot more challenging because you don't have your body to kind of express everything with, so you have to kind of do it through the range of voice. Is that something you agree with?
So I think you guys are asking like opposite questions right now. You're saying, do you have less to work with as a voice actor? And you're saying, does doing theater give you more to work with? Is that, yeah. Do you guys want to
I don't agree with that. I'm surprised she said that, but I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I have great respect for voice actors in general. I know actually some that just wanted to be voice actors, became voice actors, have no interest of being on stage or on camera. But I think I'd have to say, for me at least personally, it's harder to take on a role for television or film, because I think you have more to think about. You have to think about how, if you're in theater, then you have to project to the last person in the last row. And if you're not, then you have to make sure everything is subtle. Your voice is important. It should match the way what's happening with your face and your body. There's more things to think about, I think, and just for me personally, I think voice acting has come easier. So that's my personal take.
For me personally, it's the stage is hardest because there's no second take. You know, you have to, you know, even though you mess up line, you have to, you know, keep going and you have to go for it. And then sometimes you don't feel what you should feel, but still you have to keep going.
Lots of memorization too.
Yeah, so many. It's hard, but it's fun as well.
Yeah, I think it's just different mediums and different skills almost that you learn. In theater, definitely it is that thing of also reproducing it every night, of course. And it's funny because what I always think is amazing about film and TV is that it's so intimate, but you are doing it for, you know, thousands or sometimes millions of people. So you have that awareness, but it's so important to keep it very, very intimate, you know, small and very detailed and intimate. And on stage, you have your whole audience in front of you, in the room with you, and that creates its own dynamic. And it becomes kind of like a living, breathing thing. And you and the audience, especially if it's going well, kind of become one because you feed off of the energies. So I think, you know, I don't think theater necessarily is harder than film or TV. I just think it's a different energy and it's a different kind of way to perform. You know, it's a different like awareness of how you're performing and what choices you're making to get across what you want the audience to read and feel. And I agree with Charlotte that voice acting, yes, you don't have your body and your physicality, but you do have it because the mic picks up everything, as we know. So
like when you're, like,
I'm so physical.
You go, ha! And then you actually move your arms.
Exactly.
There are very few actors who are going, ha! And not throwing their arm at all.
Total difference. So I'm always moving around and so I think that it's three different things, but voice acting has you have a lot of like freedom there that you don't just as Charlotte said, you don't have to think about hitting a mark or, you know, how
because it's like doing this, you know, like when you're acting for TV and film, because there's just so many things to think about, so many people. Also the booth, there's only like you and the director and a few other people on the other side of the glass, whereas when you're on set there's like a whole cast and crew of everybody, and you have to be ultra aware of that. And habits, like facial habits, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's like actors who, you know, always talk like this with like a lisp or something, like, and then you notice that, and then the director will come up to you, hey, do you know you do that thing, like can you let that go a little bit? Sure, oh, you did it again, oh, okay, you know. So it's just things that lots to control, but you're not supposed to be controlling, you're supposed to let it all go. So I think it's like more challenging in that way.
I guess then, from what you're saying, from the whole kind of, you know, like pantomiming whilst you're in the booth, you know, like if you're doing the throw and all that kind of thing. When you're doing that, it's almost as if like you've decided what the characters are going to be doing. You know, it's like even if you've just been given the kind of smallest of directions, you can make it into like a bigger thing. Is that something that's different from you know, like live action TV? And voiceover, the direction you get, where it might be something small that you then kind of blow up, as opposed to specific, like walk here, hit this mark, turn around, look at this. Whereas when you go into the booth, it's just like throw something, and you're left to just, right, well, this is how I'll throw it, and this is the voices and the noise I'll make. Is that something that happens?
Yeah, that's actually a good point that I haven't thought about the way that you kind of put it. A lot of the times they will ask you to do 3 or 4 different takes of one. So like they might say throw something, if we're using that example, but give us 3, you know, options. So you have to dig into your imagination and go, okay, how can I throw things 3 or 4 different ways or 6 different ways? So in a way, yes. One thing that Charlotte talks about a lot, which I think is really true and really great about voice acting, is that you get to play characters you wouldn't ever be allowed, or I shouldn't say be allowed,
No,
but
pretty much.
Yeah, get a chance to play if somebody else is deciding it, unless you create the project yourself. So little boys, gremlins, I don't know, old ladies, old men, whatever it is. And that's something that, you get to kind of play with very differently than on camera or on stage.
So how does it feel in kind of what you're saying?
Last question, sorry.
Yeah. Once the whole kind of project is done and you see your character, on the screen, and it's your voice, and how does it feel when you see that character being something completely, different as what you're saying than what you could ever, have a chance to actually do? Is it pretty
Yeah, it's amazing.
Do you like watching yourself on TV or on
No.
film? Like it's cringy, right?
Yeah, I hate it. I can't do it. It's really
also,
bad.
because they never take the take you like. You
Yeah.
go, that's not the best one, but
No,
they always
it's so
edit it
bad.
weird and
Yeah.
Do you like watching it? Yeah, you do. You're just saying that.
Yeah, it feels great.
I'm
Seeing
good.
the characters feels great.
Just before we finish, just quickly, do you actually play as your own characters?
Yeah, we
When you're
do.
Yeah, a
playing
little
them?
bit.
Like,
Once,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not good at it, but
Yeah.
I tried. Yeah, I tried. Yeah.
Speed dating.
Yeah.
Oh, good. 3 of them, 3 of us.
Yeah.
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 Nice shirt. New York. Did you get it in New York?
Nope.
Where'd you get it?
Don't remember.
Fremont.
River Island, I think, or something. I don't know. I don't want to take it off and look at it back.
What's River Island?
Just it's a chain though.
Oh, okay. I was like, is that a place?
I did actually get mine on Chrome though. So
Nice. And you? Now that we're talking about shirts? Your shirt's pretty awesome too.
I have no idea. I think I stole this from my father.
What is wrong with men? They're like, I don't know. Just I found it in my closet.
I've had it that long. I can't
This was
remember.
in my closet. I put it on.
I don't remember.
No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I
I
stole
don't
it from my
remember. Maybe
father.
Ross.
Oh, your father has good taste. That's a cool shirt. Yeah,
It's funny
very
that
cool.
you don't remember.
Yeah,
Tell
tell
me.
him.
Ross
You should
is-
tie it.
Goku doesn't remember.
Oh, look cute.
I don't think my dad did that. So I don't know if I will.
Oh, no.
Guys, I love this interview already.
It's been one of
It's
those
pretty
days.
awesome.
So you've been
Right.
well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Well, it was good to catch up.
Yeah,
See you
thank
guys
you.
later. Right, shall we begin?
Oh, I thought we had begun.
Yeah, that's it. That was
Yeah.
start. That was
Thank you.
the intro.
That's great. That's great.
Oh,
Pure dead brilliant.
pure dead.
that's pretty good.
That's not bad, right?
That's pretty good.
Thanks.
It's alright.
Now we have to do.
It's better than your Scottish accent, and you've been here 15, 16 years, haven't you? So.
About 17.
Yeah.
Cool.
Never met.
Are you from the same association or?
me and Neil are, yeah.
I've never seen these guys before. Not associated with them.
The Shirt Association. All right, let's do an interview.